Awesome human beings, greetings once again. Welcome to another session. In this session, we are required to plot the polar curve, which is given by r equals 4 cos squared of half of theta. And on my right hand side, you can see I made a couple of notes. Standing out is the fact that this is going to be a Limacon. This might be an A+ question. What does that mean? I'm not even sure myself. This will be a cardioid, as you can see on the bottom right of my screen. How did I figure that out? It is because A divided by B will be 1. Then I have the general form, R equals A plus or minus B cos of theta. How do we go about wrapping our heads around this question? Well, the first thing which I'm going to consider is the fact that we are given R equals 4 cos squared of half of theta. The first thing which I'm going to realize is that this here is a problem. How do we solve that problem? So we ideally do not want a square whenever we are dealing with polar graphs. So we should ask ourselves, how do we solve the problem? The answer to the question lies on our understanding of double angles. So there's something I need you to remember. In fact, it's two of them. I need you to remember our double angle identities. Previously, you should have done a couple of them. So you should have done cos of 2 theta, that this can be equal to one of three forms. This can be written as 1 minus 2 sine square of theta, or it can be written as 2 cos squared theta minus 1, or it can be written as sine squared theta minus cos squared theta. Maybe that one is not so useful. But let's have a look at these two. So what you should be able to see is that from these two, we can actually make sine and cos the subject of the formula. So essentially, if you want to make sine squared theta the subject of the formula, you would need to transpose and end up having 1 or a half multiplied by 1 minus, you will see, we'll have just cos of 2 theta there. This is what sine squared theta amounts to. When you try to make cos squared theta the subject, you will see that what we'll get is half of 1 plus cos of 2 theta. This is what we get. Something which I want you to pay careful attention of is that we had theta here. Then when we look at the angle now, it has doubled. So please make sure that you do note that for us to move from the cos squared, we just double the angle when we are going the other side. So we have double the angle. That is going to be very important. So this means that we can go now and have our cos squared theta, or half of theta, equaling, it will be 1 over 2 into 1 plus cos of, remember we doubled the angle we had, so we'll double half of theta, and you will see that what we will end up getting will just end up amounting to theta. So I need to put that. So you'll see that our cos squared theta, or cos squared of half of theta, will end up giving us a half plus half, or maybe let me keep the half outside, that is still okay. We'll have 1 plus, if you look carefully, we'll have cos of theta. So this means that our r, we can rewrite it to be slightly different. So our r, which is 4, we can just rewrite it because we know what now cos square of half of theta is. It is half into 1 plus cos of theta. And this, if you look carefully, will be 2 plus 2 cos of theta. Okay, this is what we get. And then when we see this, you should remember a video which is uploaded on this channel about cardioids. So what you should be able to see is that our A value, remember the standard form which we look for is the one below. So now our expression takes the standard form. It is taking the standard form, which is of the form R equals A plus or minus B cos of theta. So when you look at our problem, you should be able to spot that our A is 2 and our B is 2. And then once we see that we are taking this form, the most important thing is the ratio of A and B. What is A divided by B? You will see that we have 2 over 2, which is 1. Once we get A divided by B as equal to 1, we should remember something, which is that if A divided by B gives you 1, what you have is a Limason. But which Limason? Because there's many of them. The one which we find when we have A divided by B equaling 1 is the one which we call a cardioid. So essentially it is the one that looks like a heart. Okay. So now that we know that we have a cardioid which looks like a heart, we can now go to the next page and attempt to plot that cardioid. So our R equals 2 plus 2 cos of theta. Something which I need to remind you is that whenever we are dealing with cos and polar curves, cos is associated with the horizontal axis. So cos is associated with the horizontal axis because it somehow is related to x. But our axis here, they are just angles, but I'll use that for understanding purposes. So what we then need to realize is that it means that our drawing will lean more on the horizontal axis. Is it going to lean on the right or on the left of the horizontal axis? That depends on the sign which we have here. We have a plus. So that means our Limason will be in that direction. I urge you to go and check the full video where we're doing Limason, specifically the cardioid, for you to understand this even more. So it will face in that direction because of this positive here. So we'll go and draw our Limason. Let's zoom in. So it will be something like this. Then back like that. Okay, that is how it looks. It looks a bit skewed. Forgive that. Let me try and sort it out. Yeah, it looks a bit skewed, but let's carry on. So what we then need to figure out is the value of A and B. So what you need to remember is that with Limasons, the value that sits there will be the value of A. So what sits there and there will be the value of A. So if you look carefully, our A will be equal to 2. So we have A equals 2. And up there, we also have A equals 2. And then at the tip of our Limason, we always have that point. There will always be at A plus B. And if you look at our A plus B, it is 2 plus 2, which gives us a 4. So that, or what we have here, is our Limason, which happens to be a cardioid. It is a cardioid because of the condition A divided by B giving us 1. So I urge you to check the other video which we have on the channel, which will explain this concept even better with more examples, and you will be able to understand how to do sketches which are like this once you have broken them down and removed what we code as a problem. Okay, I hope you understand. For more videos, please check the channel. Other videos are not uploaded. Please check out our website at www.setmind.co.za to access all other videos which might not or which are not posted on the channel. Cheers. and enjoy.